Hey, how's it going, everybody? Scott Spreitzer here, Doug Upstone there. We are DocSports.com talking a little bit of Major League Baseball Thursday night action, and what a pitching matchup we have, Doug Upstone. The Brewers at San Francisco. It's Corbin Burnes, Carlos Rodon. I can't wait to watch this. I'm not a big fan of 2-1 unless I play the underdog, but this is going to be fun to watch to see how these two guys react to this spot. All-star snubs. We were almost able to talk about Rodon as being one of those all-star snubs, and heading into Wednesday night's action as we cut this video. Those guys are 2-1 so far this week, but Rodon was added to the all-star roster midweek, so we can no longer use that for him. But as far as Thursday's matchup, you got Corbin Burnes, you got Carlos Rodon. Right now, as we speak, Milwaukee $1.10 favorite, total 6.5, Doug.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised. I guess I shouldn't have been shocked, but I was a little surprised that San Francisco opened as an underdog in this one at home. But when you look at it, you have Milwaukee, who is 27-20 as we do this video on the road. So they've been playing extremely well on the road. So that's a big benefit. And San Francisco's only 22-21 at Oracle Park, after coming off a year in which they were 54-27 last year. So quite a big difference. Now, Burnes has a 1.62 ERA on the road. He's only allowed 31 hits in 50 innings and has a better than 4.5 to 1 strikeout to walk ratio. So I like what he brings to the table in this one. And he held San Francisco scoreless back in April over 6 2/3 innings. Rodon has done really well at Oracle Park, has adjusted nicely to it, and he was let go by the White Sox because of his velocity dropping in the second half of last year. Gotten it back. So he's been a tough customer. Now, for me, Scott, the bet here, I think you're going to have something different, but I'm going to go with a first inning bet. And I know the odds are going to be high, probably 160 to 170 or thereabouts, but I think you got two strong pitchers here. So I'm going to go under 0.5 runs for the first inning because Rodon has only given up he hasn't given up any home runs in his last 6 starts, and Burnes only 3 in the same period of time, none in the first inning.
Yeah, I can't find any fault with that. Obviously, after what you just said, I can't find any fault with anybody who wants to play the first 5 innings under in this matchup. I don't know how much I put into the wind blowing out, but it's supposed to be, at least as of now, the forecast is that it's supposed to be blowing out in a rather brisk fashion throughout the course of this game, but especially the first half of the game. But you've got two pitchers who can negate the wind factor no matter where they're pitching. You mentioned all those great numbers. Corbin Burnes, he gave up 300 runs, 7 base runners, and 5 innings in his first road start of the season. Since then, the Brewers are 6-1 in his other 7 roadies. He's allowed a grand total of 6 earned runs in those games, 36 base runners in 45 innings pitched, a 1.20 ERA, 0.80 WHIP in those games, and he's got a 1.79 batting average against. We're talking on the road over a 7-game stretch of holding teams to a notch less than a $1.80 as far as those teams' batting average. He's made 3 starts over the last 2 years against San Francisco. You mentioned he shut them out this year in his 1 start against them. He didn't go the full game, but he didn't allow a single run. And he's completely shut them down in 3 starts going back to the start of the 2021 campaign. San Francisco had the bust out on Tuesday with that run scoring that they did. They got a baker's dozen in that game, but they've been near the bottom of the league at home against righties in batting average, OPS, WOBA, weighted runs created plus. Milwaukee hitting lefties well on the road, especially since June 1st. I went back and looked to about then. And as good as Rodon has been, his team is only 4-7 in his last 11 starts and 2-2 in the last 4 at home. So I cannot disagree with your play. I cannot disagree. In fact, I might be on it. I might be on under first 5 by the time this game gets underway, and certainly do like the Brewers as a short favorite. Right now, again, a couple of the books have them about $1.10, Burnes and the Brewers. So that's my thoughts, Doug. I'm looking at the Brewers in this one.
I think you're on the right side of that one as well, Scott. Just should be an interesting game. We had Scherzer and Max Fried. That was outstanding. So I think we got another one lined up for Thursday night.
He's Doug Upstone. I'm Scott Spreitzer. We are DocSports.com.